A historic curse shattered in Germany, a miracle reverse sweep in London, and MSI is about to kick off in South Korea. Welcome back to Today in Esports. I'm D-Taddy, and let's dive into your weekly breakdown of everything competitive gaming.
Now getting Pinston, all easy for Molyneux. High fast, high pressure, and he's not going anywhere.
Let us start out our journey in Germany, where the Cathedral of Counter-Strike, the Lanxess Arena, hosted the final stages of the prestigious IEM Cologne Major. This tournament was already tracking to be an all-timer, breaking the game's historic broadcast records by pulling in over 2 million live concurrent viewers. The arena was absolutely packed, the energy was electric, and the stakes could not have been higher. The biggest story heading into the final bracket was the ultimate redemption arc of Team Falcons, a squad that's been heavily criticized for failing to convert their star power into championships, but this weekend, that narrative would change forever. The gauntlet for the Falcons was anything but easy. In the quarterfinals, they found themselves staring down the back-to-back defending major champions, Team Vitality. Vitality entered the matchup looking to cement a historic dynasty, but Falcons would disrupt their plans. With some incredible plays from both Kyosuke and m0NESY, Falcons would dethrone the Giant in a statement match, denying Vitality their historic three-peat. Meanwhile, the other side of the bracket delivered its own share of insanity. In a clash between Team Spirit and G2 Esports, we got what is already being called the play of the tournament. Spirit's new IGL Magix pulled off an unbelievable quad kill that had every co-streamer losing their mind. In a mid-round adjustment, Magix ninja planted the bomb on B while the rest of the server was still fighting on A. All of Spirit died on the other side of the map, and it left Magix in a 1v4 post-plant. Just watch what happens next.
But Magix knows that might not make the difference. Got to back his aim here as all of G2. Boris does it bigger. Boris does it better. Team Spirit, their captain, has just done the impossible.
After that clutch, Spirit would ultimately take down G2 2-1 in quadruple overtime. That victory would propel Team Spirit into the semifinal showdown against Team Falcons. It was a heavyweight clash featuring the young prodigy Donk going toe-to-toe with the tactical mastermind of Falcons' newly acquired IGL, Kerrigan. It was a strong showing from both sides, but it was Falcons who ultimately came out on top, with NiKo stepping up big time and posting a 1.26 rating. This set up the stage for an epic grand final clash between Team Falcons and the Brazilian roster Furia Esports. Furia had a storyline of their own, Fallen chasing one more major win before he retires later this year. But when they stepped onto the stage for the best of 5 grand final, they would hit an absolute brick wall. Falcons asserted total dominance from the very first pistol round. They cruised to a dominant 3-0 sweep, winning Mirage, Anubis, and Inferno, all with identical scorelines 13-8 in each map.
This day is his.
10 years! In the 17th time of asking, NiKo has his major!
With this clean sweep, Team Falcons shattered their infamous second place curse. Prior to this historic major victory, the roster had suffered 7 straight Tier 1 Grand Final defeats. NiKo is finally no longer the best player to never win a major, finally getting that monkey off his back in his 17th attempt. To finally lift the trophy in the Cathedral of Counter-Strike was a massive relief and a career-defining achievement. Much of the success can be attributed to the veteran leadership of Kerrigan, whose acquisition by the Falcons 60 days prior has proved to be one of the most impactful roster moves of the year. This brought freedom to NiKo and m0NESY that they desperately needed. Unsurprisingly, the generational prodigy m0NESY was officially awarded the tournament MVP after an incredible weekend with the AWP and Deagle. While Counter-Strike was rewriting history in Germany, Valorant was doing the exact same thing across the English Channel. The Copperbox Arena in London hosted the grand finals of VCT Masters, and the crowd of over 1 million peak concurrent viewers witnessed what is already being hailed as the greatest lower bracket miracle run in the history of the esport. The story belongs to Leviatan Esports, who put on a masterclass in resilience and mental fortitude to secure their first ever international trophy. To truly understand how miraculous Leviatan's run was, we have to look back at the very first round of the playoff bracket. Leviatan got completely dismantled by the Pacific powerhouse Paper Rex, losing in a swift 2-0 sweep. It was a crushing blow that would send this roster straight to the lower bracket on day one. With their backs against the wall and absolutely zero margin for error, Leviatan began an exhausting week-long grind through elimination matches. They would take on teams like Team Heretics, XLG Esports, Team Vitality, and Edward Gaming. Against all odds, they took down every single one of them, only dropping a single map to Heretics along the way. That would set up a highly anticipated grand final rematch against the bracket openers Paper Rex. Early on, it looked like Paper Rex was going to cruise to an easy title. They would dominate the opening maps, 13-3 on Fracture and 13-6 on Split. Down 2-0 in the series, facing 3 championship points, Leviatan looked completely down and out. But instead of folding, they would lock in. The reverse sweep began on Breeze, where Leviatan would fight tooth and nail and finally steal a tense 13-11 victory. That win would shift the entire momentum of the arena, and on map 4 Ascent, Leviatan's defensive composure shined. They would take another win 13-10, forcing a deciding map 5 on Lotus. By the time the lobby loaded into Lotus, Paper Rex was visibly rattled and Leviatan completely took over. They jumped out to an unbelievable 11-1 lead at halftime, easily shutting down Paper Rex's desperate comeback attempts. They would finish the map 13-5 and complete that historic reverse sweep. The victory marked several historic milestones. With an average player age of just 19.6 years old, Leviatan would become the youngest team to ever lift a global Valorant trophy, as well as the first ever Latin American team to ever win a VCT Masters title. For Paper Rex, it was another devastating bridesmaid finish, marking their second consecutive international runner-up placement of the year. But for Leviatan and their tournament MVP Neon, this was a legendary crowning achievement that will be remembered for years to come. Moving on to League of Legends, all eyes are now turning to South Korea, where the intense play-in stage is scheduled to kick off on June 26th. Teams are fighting for a massive $2 million prize pool and a direct slot into the World Championship. The play-ins will feature World Champions T1 facing off against the LCS second seed Team Liquid, while Carmine Corp will take on the LCP 2 seed Deep Cross. Only one team from play-ins will advance to the final bracket. T1 are definitely the favorites, but anything could happen. Next up, we look at the Call of Duty League, where the final weeks of the Stage 4 qualifiers wrapped up over the weekend. This was the last set of online matches before the teams are going to travel to France for the highly anticipated Major 4 in Paris, and the standings are officially set. The Los Angeles Thieves proved that they are the team to beat right now, dismantling Vancouver Surge 3-0 to finish the qualifiers with an unblemished 5-0 record, securing the #1 seed. On Friday, FaZe Vegas pulled off a strong 3-0 sweep against the Riyadh Falcons, but the Falcons would manage to rebound on Saturday with a tight 3-2 victory over G2 Minnesota, and they would secure the 2nd seed. Optic Texas locks in the 3rd seed after surviving a Map 5 nail-biter against Toronto Koi. The bracket is officially set for the event for this upcoming weekend, where the bottom 4 teams will have to fight for survival in the single elimination bracket, while the top 8 battle it out on the winner's side. Finally, let us show some love to the Smash community, which gathered in Raleigh, North Carolina for Patchwork 2026. This tournament themed as the love letter to the scene, and the grand finals did not disappoint. In Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the veteran Light would put on a display of pure skill, piloting his Fox to a dominant first-place victory over Wrath's defensive Sonic playstyle. But the highlight of the weekend came from Super Smash Bros. Melee. The bracket culminated in an epic Game 5 grand final between Salt playing Captain Falcon and the rising fan favorite Rap Monster, who pulled off another miracle run with Luigi. The crowd was on its feet as the match went down to the wire, but Salt managed to clutch out the final stock in Game 5 to secure the championship trophy, showing that Rap Monster still has to work on his Captain Falcon matchup. What a week to be an esports fan. From reverse sweeps in London to curse-breaking runs in Germany, the competitive drive has never been higher. Which of these historic moments was your absolute favorite? And are you backing the LA Thieves in Paris, or do you think Optic is finally going to bounce back and win a major? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Stay tuned for our highlight clips of the week, and thank you for watching today in esports. We'll see you next time.
It's impossible to break. Spots the shadow, knows where m0NESY is. Quick scope can't hit, m0NESY does. 3 kills deep from the kid. And there's no chance for Yakinda. No time. And no round. This. Oh, I don't understand. And again, not just once, but twice. The lightning strikes in the cathedral.
Third timeout called from Furia. Just a casual day.
And Donk is quick to close in. Backstab opportunity now for Magic. Went from selling this lurk, potentially doing big damage. Carrigan's coming through. Carrigan's coming through. Oh man! What a roller coaster! And we're still not off this wild ride. And Shiro and Magic. Oh! Now just Shiro. Makes it across, but there's an enemy in the sight. He's not aware. NiKo shuts it down. Carrigan's on his feet. 1v4 for the captain. Molly to try and slow this down. But Magix knows that might not make the difference. Got to back his aim here as all of G2. Boris does it bigger. Boris does it bigger.
Messi looking to join. He's got the bomb on his back, but Rops is waiting for this pusher. Oh, they're both dead. m0NESY and NiKo down within seconds. Flames getting the shot inside of this B bomb site. And you've got Tessus and Kiyosuke having to come in clutch immediately here for the Falcons. Trying to get back into this retake, but Kiyosuke! Welcome to the stage, young man! That's a 4K in the cathedral!
Toxic safe as he drops off the rafters. And Orc, though, hits the shot necessary. So does Wicardia for number 3. Just Boomich again, thrust into the clutch. Toxic down, a quick flick! Oh! Boom! Boom! He's back!
Pretty close by. Oh no! Blows! What are we doing, PaperX? You can't give him those sort of moments! T-Belt, 1v2, finds a 1v1, brings it down. No plan to be had yet either. Oh my god! Magic for Jane!
Transfer can't be hit in time, but they don't know about this, they don't know about King! This time not evacuating, this time standing his ground! 3 kills!
The reset, pops it high, can't let this one drop! Oh, we have all the time!
Reset secured. Mozzarella fakes a back wall challenge. Not the most convincing, but saves this shot to the top pins. I don't know how he's reached that. And he counters perfectly. Oh my goodness, what a play.
Or is it a masterclass right here? 0 seconds. Osak fakes. He's got him in a great spot. He gets the demo. And Nash moves on to the grip.
Check sight. Outstanding work. And Kips. What a takeover. Cellium now truly in the clutch.
This is to get the sauce back.
Sauce. Slowly but surely.
Forward in front of this timing of the flank. Nez was able to get 1 second right there. Third over the top of the window. And Nezra's play.